Hey, I'm Roger Parent, aka Chief Marketing Dad. So let's talk about e-commerce pricing strategies. So I think a lot of times one of the biggest mistakes I see is that people actually underprice their products. We end up in what I call discount hell, where we're constantly running promotions, we're constantly lowering our AOV because we're so focused on that top line sales number, right? And without truly understanding the cost associated with that. We want to build, for the most part, what I typically work with are high-end premium e-commerce brands that really believe in their products, that are selling good products. So how do we price an e-commerce product? I think that we want to at least have an 80% profit margin. So I think we're looking around that 80% range from your COGS to your MSRP. And you want to be running around there, because you got to remember that you need room for your marketing expense, all your other internal costs and everything else. Amazon fees, all the other hidden fees that exist when you're running a business. Now, keep in mind, I did this with a client where a client of mine was selling 10 million a month in revenue, big business. And they were flat, or they were up a little bit in revenue, but their margin and their profit was down. So I recommended they raise their price with the understanding that we are going to see a hit in revenue. Like, we're going to be down year over year in revenue for a little while, for a full year, until we comp over that. And what that did was it unlocked our ability to invest more in marketing spend. So we were able to increase our price, run the business at a lower ROAS or MER, because we had so much margin additional now that we were able to play with. So it unlocked our ability to do marketing. And when we did that, not only did we actually stay flat and up a couple percentage points, but they gained 6 points of margin after all said and done on top of that. So they increased their profitability by 6% while maintaining the business. And in a business that does 10 million a month, that's a big boost, right? So I think it's important to note that we really want to make sure we don't get stuck in discount hell, that we're looking for that 80% profit margin or greater, and that we are not hamstringing our ability to do marketing, right? So if you're running, let's just say you only had a 40% margin on your product, and now if you include some of the extra costs, plus you include marketing, it's like you would need a 10-to-1 return to even make your marketing investment worth it. How can you grow a brand that way? You can't grow a brand if you need a 10-to-1 return on your marketing in order to grow it. You need to invest in your new customer acquisition. So I think it's just a math problem for the most part, where we are just trying to do a little math to determine what our price needs to be. And if we can't sell it at that price, then there's a bigger problem. Either there's a market problem, a sourcing problem, like we're not able to source it cheap enough, or a branding problem where our brand is not coming off as premium enough to justify that price point to the consumer. So I think there's a variety of things that could be at play there, but those are a couple of rules to follow when trying to price your e-commerce products. Hope that helps.